I'm D Loves Life, and I've been creating inspiring content since 2011. Inspiring people is my mission. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope to be a light in your day. If you're returning, thank you for joining me as I take you on the ride that is my life, my real life. Buckle up, buttercups. It's only going to be real with me. Today we're at physical therapy. Hey guys, I'm back. So I've been working on making sure I get to all of my doctor appointments. My primary doctor, Ida, who I've been seeing for the past 7 years, has sent me many referrals that when I was working I couldn't get to. And of course, during the pandemic, I waited too long and got cervical cancer after she had advised that I go to see a doctor 2 years prior. So now I'm making sure that I take responsibility for my health care and go to all of the referrals she's sent me to. So I've had arthritis in my knees, unbeknownst to me, up until recently, for the past 5 years. I noticed not being able to walk upstairs very well and having to lead with my left foot. I couldn't walk downstairs just right foot, left foot anymore. And I've been experiencing that for, like I said, 5 years. Within the last, let's say, couple of months, I've been making sure I go to all my referrals. So I had an MRI on my right knee. It has arthritis. Then I got an MRI on my left knee that also has arthritis. I went to the orthopedic doctor. I actually have flat feet, which I didn't know I had flat feet. And I need those inserts, but they're $500. All right, so I'm back at physical therapy. I'm not paying for that. Anyways, I wanted to get some extra angles so you could see the office and just get a good feel for where I'm working out.
Go ahead, Leah. Leah want to make an appearance.
Go ahead. I'm like, photo guest appearances, the extras. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, it's funny because when you film people, you don't know how people are going to receive it. Some people receive it well.
Funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
They think you're just being a distraction. Like, if you only knew how much these tiny moments.
You gotta have
Yeah.
to film. Like, you really
Because it's like,
you're just out like walking, and if you're not like in a gym or like a place where people go and film,
right.
they gonna look at you like, why are you doing that?
They really do.
They're like, are you famous? I don't think you're famous. Why are you filming?
Right. You get judgment. Right. That's like, well, this is how that starts.
Right.
You got to have the confidence in the beginning.
Exactly.
And just stick to it. And then maybe in a year, you know what I mean? You always have to give yourself the time.
Exactly.
And then study. I have to study other content creators, study video editing.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen by itself.
No. That's a lot of work, but it's a job.
Yeah, it's a job. It is a job.
You need to talk about
It took me a long time to get enough confidence to show this angle of my workout. I was apprehensive, but my appointments are going to end. I have like one more appointment after this, so I felt it necessary if I truly want to be committed to vlogging and vlogging my days and just having something that is telling a full story. I had to get this part. So as a now filmmaker, basically, because to me, these are my little baby films. I had to get this part, and now I get to see more so in my head what I'm trying to accomplish when I'm making these videos. I have to let go of my pride and my thought process about being embarrassed or not feeling like I want to do this and face my fears and just get it done. Because now I look at it a lot more serious. I feel like if I don't get the shot and I don't get the full story, then I'm not committed to this. And I'm committed to this. I feel like I could do this for the rest of my life. I don't think people understand how long I wanted to do something like this. I just didn't know exactly how I would go about doing it. And the fact that I started watching YouTube, which I do have to thank my former best friend, E Violet, that she did tell me about YouTube and Audible and lots of things that I now am in love with. I listen to audiobooks all the time because of her, and I watch YouTube all the time because of her. And even though you know, everything has a season. And I feel like she's my sister. She still is. But we just need time apart. We need to process our feelings, and I feel like she doesn't hear me, and I think that I feel so like emotional when that happens. But that's another story for another day. And hopefully one day, maybe never. Because I think we just have strong wills at this point. We're just old and stuck in our ways. Um, Maybe we can come to a place where we understand each other better. But I do believe in what I believe, and I can't pretend like I don't. Anyway, so I was getting coached by my physical therapists in the next bed to do these stretches for, they say do count to 30 3 times, so it's 90 seconds that I had to hold these positions. And they really are hard. At the end, I was kind of sweating and tired and feeling exhausted. But, I feel like I gotta push myself. I've been sedentary for all the years that we were in the pandemic, and my body looks like I haven't moved in so long. When I look at it, it's like I'm looking at another person. I've gained so much weight and I look so different, and my body is so different than what I'm used to, that it's just odd for me to see my body looking this way. So I do want to change it before I get too old. That's been my mission, that when I get more senior than this, a lot more older than this, it's going to be harder for me to lose this weight. So I have to stay committed to losing the weight, moving more. And I don't have some amount of pounds I want to lose. I just want to feel like I'm not handicapping myself, if that makes sense. I want to be able to live a healthy older life. I want to go on vacations. I want to be able to walk further distances without feeling like I need a wheelchair, literally, or one of those little wheelie carts that I use at like Walmart, because everything my back hurts, my knees hurt. I have asthma. So these are a lot of compounding ailments that once I get older, this is going to be the death of me, basically. I feel like it's going to be the death of me being able to live a quality of life. So I need to think of this as my priority. That's why the pool is such a great option for me, because it's the beginning. I get to have low impact movement, and that's where I've begun. And I feel like the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, and this is my first step. So anybody out there who's struggling to lose weight, keep the faith, have a plan, and realize that it's going to take almost as many years for you to take it off as it did for you to put it on. So I'm giving myself a 2-year plan, because I haven't lost a pound, people. Just to be transparent, I've been swimming, I've been lowering my intake, blah, blah, blah. I was at the doctor the other day, and I said, I thought I'd been like 230 something. And I went and he said, oh, you're 224. I said, oh, I lost 10 pounds. He goes, no, you didn't. And I said, what did you weigh me at the last time I was at the doctor? And he said 223. I was like, really? I was at 223 the last time I went to the doctor. So I gained a pound. I was so annoyed. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a lot more complicated than I think. But I'm committed. I feel like if I lose a certain amount of pounds, I will probably try to go to Sonobella and get a little bit of liposuction suctioned out of my belly just to get it down, to maybe make it easier for me to work out. So I feel like that's a reasonable thought, to think, well, this belly is huge, and if I just get it down, I might be able to work out better. This video is long, y'all, but I did want to stay true to it. So I am doing most of my workout, and the rest I'm going to put to music, because even I don't have this much wind to talk throughout this whole video. But thank you for watching. I hope I get to do this forever. And I hope I can find people who just genuinely want to see my life in full transparency and join me for this ride that I have, that hopefully will maybe one day lead me to where I really aspire to be, which is a filmmaker. I get to take this route and really find myself when it comes to being an artist in this format. And right now it really does fulfill me in ways I never thought it would. I'm so grateful I jumped, and I'm putting myself out there. I'm happy to do it. I've always been this transparent as a person. And I feel no shame. It's like, this is me, and I'm proud of who I am. I am kind of shy. I think that I think it's taken me maybe a dozen years for me to get to the place where I could put myself on camera, because I think anonymity is a blessing. I feel sorry for celebrities who everybody knows them, and that's not my goal, but I feel like I want to tell stories. So as a little girl, my mother bought me a diary, and ever since I got that diary, because she noticed that as a little girl, even from 3, I started writing words. I'm in love with words. I read the dictionary. I look up words. I love using words. I'm just a word addict. And I always thought I would write a book. And that never came to fruition. I feel like writing is so arduous that it became the bane of my existence, really. And then I found podcasting, and I feel like podcasting really spoke to me in a different way, and it liberated me from the writing, the physical writing. And then now that has evolved into videos and pictures and editing them together. And that, to me, has evolved my passion to where I feel like it should have been. I just didn't know it. And I feel like if only I would have known this at 17, if only the internet existed and I knew about Vine, I would have been one of those people who had been doing it forever. Because when I was in high school, I literally took pictures everywhere I went. Back in the day, I used to have a 35mm camera before people had phones. And I would take pictures, and me and my best friend would go and get them developed at Fedco or Costco for like $2 and some change. And we'd make double prints so that she can have an album and I can have an album. And we'd always have these pictures forever. And guess what? Both of us lost all of those pictures. All of our high school pictures were so cute, young and spirited and beautiful. And we don't have a picture to show for it. But I can't lament about not having them. I just have to recognize that moving forward, I get to put them on Facebook, or I get to keep them digitally, which is something that even when you have physical photos, they can be burned, lost in a flood or whatever. And so I'm so grateful for being able to keep my photos, because even I lost my baby photos of my children when we lost all our things in storage. So I have lots of life experiences that taught me very lifelong lessons. And I'm grateful at 51, I can have some wisdom about my life and how I navigate in my world and share that with people, because as I move forward with this journey, I hope to impart wisdom to people. I think that that's where I do find my joy, where I've been able to come out of the depths of depression several times in life and find my way to joy. For me, it's audible. I mean, it's audiobooks. For me, it's studying something new and then getting really great at it. For me, it's being able to share and impart wisdom to people and help them help themselves. Empowering people is, I think, more so my mission than just inspiration. I don't feel like I can be any type of inspiration, but I hope to be somebody who can impart something to other people so that they can inspire themselves. And that's why I started Conversations with Danette on Spotify. I wanted to share my thoughts with people, and I feel like I was very successful with that because I was able to convey what I wanted to convey on that platform. And it's on Spotify. It's on all the audio podcasts, wherever you can get a podcast. It's Conversations with Danette. And I even wanted to take those audio files and create videos to those audio files. I just don't technically know how to do that yet. I might still do that. But then now I have this. And this has fulfilled me, like I said, in ways that I never thought it could. And I'm so grateful to be able to, look at me, long-winded again. I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I feel like I didn't have to go to film school. I didn't have to go and become an intern somewhere and work for free. I get to just produce what I want to produce. And that's the most liberating kind of experience in life. I hope everybody gets a chance to do what they love and live their passion and just do what they feel they could do if nobody paid them. Because that's what this is for me. I could do this and nobody has to pay me to do it. You see me on Facebook. If you know me from Facebook, you know I'm on there a lot. It's because I've got all this energy and I can do it fast. Because when I'm not working, I'm used to kind of working like a busy bee. And so I will still stay busy, just in a different kind of way. And this is my just staying busy. Because my mind tends to kind of like haunt me a little bit. I'm a writer through and through. So I'll start dreaming up these stories and trying to figure out these things to put in my story. So my brain is muscle memory doing that. And so, and this is why it can come out so freely and so frequently, because my mind is constantly conjuring up stories. And I trained my brain that way when I was a kid. So I can conjure up stories all day. And it, like I said, it haunts me. And so this is my way of just getting it out of my system and putting it somewhere and making it into something that sticks, something that will be here forever. And even if just one person looks at it, that's fine. I'm not here to put it out there for that exterior gratification. It's more of something that I have to get out. And so I just get it out. I get it out because it's like therapy for me. And it gives me like this pleasure that almost like eating chocolate or something. And I just love doing it. All right. I won't I won't talk your ear off. Cue the music.
focused. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Don't just dream about what you're going to do. Don't criticize somebody else for what they're not doing. You be it. Be about it. Be about that action and go do it. Keep your eye on your intention.